Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Hi everybody, my name is Alicia. In this lesson, I'm going to talk about the difference between adjectives that end in ed and adjectives that end in ing. We'll talk about how to decide when to use these and when not to use these. We'll also do a short quiz at the end of the lesson to check your understanding. Let's get started. Okay, so first let's begin with adjectives that end in ed. So these are adjectives that we use to describe a feeling or an emotion in a person, or we can also use these for animals. So if you want to talk about your pets, you can use ed adjectives to talk about an emotion or a feeling you think they might be experiencing. So let's look at some examples of ed adjectives, some common ed ending adjectives. Here, I'm so tired. Tired ends in ed. I'm tired here. Another one, he looks excited, ends in ed. The dog seems scared, ends in ed. And are you bored? Here we see the ed ending. So each of these example sentences includes an ed adjective because it's referring to someone's feeling or someone's emotion, or in this case, a dog's emotion. And here I've included the word seems because maybe we can't completely understand an animal's emotion. But we can say something like, the dog seems scared, if you like. So make sure to use ed ending adjectives for feelings and for emotions. Okay, now though, let's take a look at adjectives that end in ing ending adjectives. So we use ing ending adjectives when we want to describe the characteristics or the features of something. So, our trip was exciting. So here we're talking about the trip. So travel, essentially. Our trip was exciting. There's no emotion here. In the next example, work today was tiring. Tiring. So work is the item we're describing. These are the characteristics of work. Tiring. Tiring is the characteristic. I hope this lesson isn't boring. I hope this lesson isn't boring. This ends in ing, a characteristic of this lesson. Then, children are exhausting. Children are exhausting. This ends in an ing as well. This is one example where I think people might experience some confusion. Here, I've said, children are exhausting. Please note, the sentence children are exhausted or the children are exhausted is a very different sentence from children are exhausting. In this sentence, children are exhausting, it means that to the speaker, so if I'm the speaker, it means children make me feel exhausted. So the children, maybe they have a lot of energy, it takes a lot of time and energy and effort to play with kids, to play with children. So their characteristics, so exhausting is a characteristic of them. Their characteristic is that they are exhausting. So maybe someone who is tired might say this, children are exhausting. And then I could say, I feel exhausted. So please be careful. The children are exhausted and children are exhausting, in this example, create very different sentences. The sentence, the children are exhausted, means the children in the situation are tired. They feel exhausted. That's the children's emotion at that point in time. So please be careful of your choice in situations like this. Okay, so to recap, ing adjectives are used to describe the characteristics or the features of something or someone, as in this example. Ed ending adjectives are used to describe our feelings or our emotions, and we can also use them to talk about the feelings and emotions of animals. Okay. So let's try to put this together in a quiz. I prepared a few examples and we'll choose the correct form of the adjective in the blank. So first one, the movie was excited or exciting? Here we're talking about a movie. It's not a person, it's not an emotion. So exciting is the correct answer. The movie was exciting is correct. Next one, your brother looks. We have your brother looks tired or your brother looks tiring. Here, we're talking about the speaker's brother, your brother, and we're imagining something about his feelings or his emotional state. So we should use tired. Your brother looks tired is correct here. Next one, the news tonight is worried or the news tonight is worrying. Here, the focus is the news, so some information. This is not a person's emotion or a person's feeling, so we should use worrying. The news tonight is worrying. It causes me to worry. Next one. This book is so bored, or this book is so boring. Here again, the focus is on an object, this book in this case. So we'll use boring. This book is so boring. Okay, next one. There are 2 blanks here, so let's choose the correct form. We have work today was something. I'm something. In the first sentence, the focus is work. Work today was something. So not a person, not a feeling, not an emotion. So it's a characteristic. Work today was exhausting. Work today was exhausting. In the second one, however, I'm. So referring to a person's feelings, I am. Here we should use exhausted. Work today was exhausting. I'm exhausted. Finally, as we saw with this example about children, let's look at this sentence. My boss is, I have the word terrified, or my boss is terrifying. Depending on your choice in this case, the meaning of the sentence will change significantly. If we choose my boss is terrified, it means that's my boss's emotion. So terror refers to strong fear, being very, very afraid of something. So my boss is terrified means my boss is experiencing fear, a strong amount of fear, a strong degree of fear. My boss is terrified. So this is kind of a negative situation about your boss's emotions. If, however, we say my boss is terrifying, it means the boss, the characteristic of the boss is that the boss, he or she, is scary, is a very, very scary person. So the speaker feels terrified, perhaps. So the boss causes that feeling of terror in the speaker. So please be careful. My boss is terrified and my boss is terrifying are both grammatically correct sentences, but they have very different meanings. So this is one example where it's very important to make the right choice between the ed ending adjective and the ing ending adjective. So both are okay. I hope you don't have a terrifying boss, and I hope your boss isn't terrified, but just in case, this is one example to be cautious of. Okay, so that's a quick introduction to when and how to use ed adjectives and ing ending adjectives. If you have any questions or if you want to practice or make some example sentences, please feel free to do so in the comment section below this video. If you like the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and you can check us out at EnglishClass101.com for some other good resources. Thanks very much for watching this lesson, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.